All right, good morning. We're here to show you how to make some king cakes. My name is April. This is my sister-in-law, Marsha. Okay, first thing what we do is we clean off in case there's any hair on us. So clean her off.
Okay,
Fishy tag.
good and clean.
And we're good to go. All right, so now we're going to show you how to make king cakes.
Yeah, 3 tablespoons about of Crisco, all softened. 3 tablespoons.
All right, so I'm going to use my camera and I'm going to show you exactly what she's putting in the mixer.
Tablespoons of softened Crisco. Half a cup of sugar. 1 egg.
She's a professional egg breaker.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go bam,
Bam!
bam,
And 2 teaspoons of salt.
bam.
Measurements are never exact.
The Bam Man is her husband.
And put on this.
What kind of, is that a kitchen?
It's a whipper. It's a Cuisinart.
That's nice.
And we're gonna plug it in.
Plug that in. That's nice counter space here.
And let it whip.
Let it whip. Let it nay-nay. How long do you do that for?
Just till it gets fluffy. But now I'm going to do the yeast, because the yeast has to set for 5 minutes before we put it in there.
Okay. So she's fixing to do the yeast. We're going to take a little break here and we're going to see how she does her yeast. Okay, so what you've done, what's in this here, Marsha?
That's a cup of water and a cup of milk, and I've gotten it to the temperature. Yeast dissolves at 120 to 130, but I just finger touch it and it's warm enough. So I put 3 teaspoons of yeast in there to dissolve. And you just have to let it set for about 5 minutes till it dissolves.
Okay. Do you stir it or anything? Or just...
Yeah, I will. As soon as I see it starting to dissolve, I'm going to stir it in.
Set that to the side.
See how it's whipping up?
Okay, we're back. Still whipping right here.
Yeah.
And the yeast is still dissolving.
Yes.
And this looks very interesting. This is somebody's mama's kitchen right here.
Somebody's mom and somebody's grandmother.
That's right.
Got this shirt for all you need is 4 notes, because my grandson, got to watch him come over the hill for the first time. LSU band, bum, 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 bum.
Go Tigers!
Yes. That was great.
All right. It's starting to look like tape nets.
It's gonna whip together.
We're speeding it up. Let it whip. Let it nay-nay.
Let me get the sides in there. Waiting on the yeast.
So right now you're taking the sides.
Anything that's not in there, because I want it to whip up nice. Okay.
Turn it back on. About how long you think, Marsha?
Just till whenever my yeast dissolves, then it's good.
So this right here, according to the yeast dissolving, here is the timer on how long this is going to whip.
Yep.
All right. Turned it even faster. This is a nice we'll give it a little plug-in for, how do you pronounce it?
Cuisinart?
Cuisinart. Yeah, nice. I want one of these. I may borrow it from you.
Okay.
All right. Getting ready to add.
Make sure all the yeast is dissolved.
I can smell it.
cookie too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll turn it down. Dial back down to 5 and
Right up again.
And it's still whipping. About how long you think it's been whipping? About 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So we'll be back in just a minute when she adds something else in. All right.
2 cups at a time.
Adding the flour. 2 cups at a time. What kind of flour you use?
Oh, it's the bread flour. Any bread flour. Just get more airy with bread flour.
Okay.
Because it's bromated, but I don't know what that means.
It's bromated bread flour. Okay. Start it up again. Let it mix. Got it on 5. I think she's fixing to raise it to 6. And we'll come back in just a minute. So here we are. She whipped that for about 2 minutes.
I'm going to change to the dough hook now.
Changing the hook. This is the Big Daddy.
Yeah.
And we're gonna, she's, not me, she is
2
adding
more cups of flour. Just do 2 cups at a time.
Look at that baby go. Then she started on 4.
Yeah.
And then now?
I'll wait and see how it's going. 6 is good.
All right. We'll be back in a little bit. Look at it whip. Okay.
That was
Turn this
4.
down.
That was 4 cups. And now I'm gonna. It calls for 5 or 6 cups. So now I'm gonna put just 1 at a time, as I see how moist the dough is. Depends on the weather.
So this is really a recipe in your head.
Well, I wrote it down. It's a lady that gave me a French bread recipe when camping, and so we used it on the. Brady said use it on the king cake, and so I did. I have her recipe. It's some, I don't know where she got it. It's a French bread recipe.
I love sharing recipes with other people. You taste something that tastes good, and you just do your thing with it. Okay. Scraping the sides. Yeah. You find that the weather makes a difference in your king cakes?
Yes. How much you're going to add and how well they rise. Just keep the house dry on a rainy day. And you may need more flour or less flour. That's why it says 5 to 6 cups.
So it's whipping again, and we'll be right back.
Well, it's 5 cups and it's too wet. The dough is too wet. So you're going to add half a cup at a time.
Ooh, the smell of that yeast is killing me. So that's a half a cup? Okay. And turn it back on. And this is when a good cook, when the flour starts flying, you know it's good. A good cook, there's only so much you can do.
Usually gets dirty.
That's okay. But there's only so much you can do, and everything else is like your grandma said. I'll put about this much. So, all right. So that whipped.
Still a little too wet, so we're gonna go ahead and put the other half cup. The recipe calls 5 to 6, and today we need 6.
And start it.
Good.
Okay, so it's on 2 right now. So yeah, that'll
Just blend it
Ooh,
in.
look at that. And we'll be back.
So if your dough is too soft, it all depends on the day and the weather and whatever. And one day I made one and my dough was too soft, And when it rose, it just split open. It still tasted good, but it just split open. And you gotta make it where you can handle it and fool with it.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show them to the closest that we can when you find it's pliable or
When I can
whatever
fool
you
with
call
it.
that. When you can do that with it.
Yeah.
So she says that that's
That's
about
good.
how it's supposed to look. It's slowly falling off the hook.
And I'm gonna oil my hands so I can fool with it.
Just putting a
And
little
it
bit
can
of.
have a little oil on top too.
Ooh. I'm hungry. This is so good. I've had it before. Okay, so you clean off the hook.
Like I said, I got Warren's home phone, but I'll just go shoot him a text.
Okay. This is
All right, good deal. Thanks, White.
I'm gonna take this.
Yeah, we at home.
All right.
Over here, they're making king cakes.
that's the daddy over there on the couch talking about us. Okay.
Are y'all coming for Mardi Gras?
Look how easy that.
I can
You make
fool
it
with
look so easy.
And
Oh, this Saturday?
just kind of smooth it out a little bit on top. We're gonna put it in a warm oven.
You're gonna use it in this
In
pan.
this bowl, yeah, yeah, in a warm oven, warm dark oven to rise for 1 hour.
Okay, so about how much oil you think you put in there? About 2 tablespoons?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 2 tablespoons.
Okay, that looks great, Marcia. All right, it's going in the warm oven. Do you set the oven on a temperature? Or
I warmed it before and then shut it off, just warm.
Yeah, we
okay,
Put it in, I'll put it in there.
all right.
Warm, not too hot, just warm. And I'll shut it off and it's gonna go in there for an hour.
1 hour. All right, so you're making some pecan filling?
Yeah, I'm just grinding it because I think it adds flavor to have ground pecans on the dough.
What's this little gadget?
And my ninja.
Whoa.
Ninja. That's it.
That it was quick.
That's all you see.
Look at that.
So I take that and spread it, and then I add chopped pecans on top of this on the dough.
All right, we'll come back to when she does that part. All right. Just took this out of the oven. Look at that. It's beautiful.
It's got a double, triple in size or whatever, and we can put that on the side and make the filling.
Okay, we'll be doing the filling next. So in this pan right now, how much butter you have in there?
1.5 blocks.
Okay, and you let it. You told me you let it slow heat
Yep.
because.
You don't want it to overheat because the oil will just separate, and then your filling will just, you'll have oil on top and you won't have a good smooth filling.
Okay, all right. We'll let y'all know what's going on next. Slow melting butter and.
I'm gonna put 2 cups of sugar, but normally that was just a about measure. Normally I just put until my syrup is smooth and easy to spread. And we'll see how this does.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. That's only approximate because I'm not sure. I'm going to add more to taste. Can't take it out, but I can always add more.
there you go.
Okay, I'm going to turn the fire off now. We got it all melted. So that was 2 tablespoons of ginger. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
And now we're just going to
This is
guess at the ginger.
This is how a good cook knows how to cook. That was a
Yeah, that was a little more ginger than cloves. Gives it a little bite.
I would just want a bite of the king cake.
Just a little.
A little bit of cloves,
Dash.
a little dash.
And nutmeg adds to the flavor too.
So you have to kind of just measure it in you. Okay. And then you're going to add more if you with the
taste.
flavor. Yeah. So you just have to be the cook to make the good. Ooh, look at that. It's delicious. All right, we'll be back.
I took it off the fire, and because I don't want it to continue getting hotter. And I can tell from the looks of it, I'm going to add some more brown sugar. That wasn't quite enough.
Okay. All right. Now she's adding some more brown sugar. We're going to see what. Well, you know what happens in South Louisiana? We always have company that comes by.
Okay.
So what we're going to do there, we had Hurricane Ida a while back, and my brother and my sister-in-law is meeting with them. She's given me the directions to add some more brown sugar, and I'm stirring it.
Basically, the sides need to be covered as well.
It's not cooking, but I'm just stirring it for her.
Yes.
And then we'll come back
All kinds of stuff on
and just when she can get away. And look, we're having boiled crabs. We had them last night. We're heating them and steaming them, and we'll have this for lunch. Woohoo, yum. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so you're flouring the board here to get ready to, what you want to be doing with this?
I'm going to put half the dough first. I'm going to oil my hand again to go with the dough.
That's okay. TV's playing. TV in the house. No, she's getting ready to punch the dough down. And what you gonna do? Half this?
Mm-hmm. Splitting it.
Okay. Okay. So we'll come back in a minute and we'll show you how she rolls it. She's splitting it in half and rolling it. So here's the little dough right here. She's gonna play with it with her hands. You've done this so many times. And so you're just
Giving it a little knead.
kneading it.
Not much, just getting all the bubbles out.
Okay. And then
So on that building, there's only $800 more.
you roll it a little bit.
Yep.
800.
I think everybody's getting the gist of this. It's beautiful and it smells. If you could smell this.
Television.
No matter what other day is there,
Yum, yum.
because you're not. But
Okay.
we put, again, what we put in
All
there.
right, and we'll be back on the second one. So this right here is the size of the king cake. Oh, and she's getting ready to add
With that.
the cinnamon in it.
From that point, when they let me know what's going on with that,
Ooh, yum.
then I can start working on the estimate.
Okay.
So,
And I'll come back in just a minute to show you how she's spread it and what it looks like.
Okay, we've crushed those pecans, and I'm going to put a layer of that. I just find it makes it more flavorful. You get a lot of pecan flavor that way.
And so this is going to be half and half. This is going to be half pecan and half just cinnamon and sugar.
Just the cinnamon filling.
Okay, so she's putting that on, and only the cook knows how much. Now she's getting ready to add something else on here.
These are just chopped pecan.
Some more chunks of pecans. Ooh, look at that. Look in my mouth. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. It's the,
Just roll this way.
look at that. I can tell you've done this before.
Many times.
Because I've tried this and mine did not roll, not even this fast. Look at that. Ooh, yum. Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to keep flipping
Oh, wow. Look at that.
like that. And then I'll flip this in this way.
Oh,
And then we're
my.
going to go to the pan. Okay. not quite long enough, so I'll make it longer.
There you go.
And that's 1/2 right there.
All right. See you in the second half. This is the second half of the king cake. This is just plain, right?
Yep.
Plain cinnamon. Those hands have done this before.
I finally got the grandma hands.
I have them too. Look at that. Okay. And then rolling like this helps it seal.
Yeah, and it makes it look like a king cake.
Okay. Looks like a snake right now. Let's get that. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Just twist these together.
And then this dough is going to rise again, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cake's going to double in size for another hour.
And
Well, it comes out all over sometimes.
of course, that's the good part. Yeah.
Try to get both ends underneath.
Oh, it smells so good.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go in warm oven. Shelf up.
Putting this in a nice warm oven to rise. 1 hour?
1 hour.
Oh, look at that.
Getting it out of the warm oven so I can.
It's ready to bake?
It's ready to bake, but I gotta preheat the oven 375.
375. See y'all in a minute. Okay,
2 tablespoons of softened butter.
what are you making here?
Making the icing for the cake. Put a little of this.
And what
Powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar is just, you just have to eye it.
Yeah. And keep adding. And about like that. Little evaporated milk. And vanilla.
About that much.
Okay. Yeah. And then just start stirring till you get it smooth.
Okay, so it's not quite
I just
thick
need a
enough.
little more.
It's all by eyeball.
Yep.
A little more. Let's just
When are we
stir
going
it.
to, Florida? Oh, you're filming it.
You want it. What's the though? Look at that. I
A
can
little bit thicker.
a little thicker than that. So you're going to. This kind of reminds me of my daddy with his bread and cane syrup. I gotta get a little more bread because I have a little more cane syrup.
Yep.
So let's.
Pretty smooth.
Consistency has to be
That looks pretty good.
like that. All right. So now you know. Okay. Yum. 375, Marcia.
Yep. 375. And I'm gonna set it for about 8 minutes, and I'll look at it. Yeah.
All right, we're just checking it because the timer went off. It's a good idea to check it midway.
In my oven, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it. Because one end gets dark real fast. And that's the other half.
And how many more minutes?
That was 8. I'll do another 8. Let's do 6, and I'll check it again.
All right. All right, now the icing is getting added to the king cake. Yum, yum, yum.
like to put too much icing because the filling's really sweet.
All right, we'll be back for some more confectionery delight.
Just spreading the icing, and I just color some sugar because I think the sugar you buy is a little too thick and don't want it too sweet. If the sugar's too wet, you gotta just keep adding sugar till you get it a good color and dry. It's got to be dry to get on here.
Okay.
Go on with the purple. It doesn't look too purple, but
I know it's purple. We know it's purple.
add a little finishing touch there. There you go, Jeff. It's warm.
All right, this is the finished product that Marcia, look at this. Smells wonderful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
This is going to a happy place. Somebody's birthday's they're gonna get this for a birthday gift.
Yay!
Thank you, Marcia.
Well, happy birthday. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Yay!